What difference has all this row made to this tour, do you think? Any at all?
Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for those world tours that possess certain infamous legacies of mistakes, mishaps, or chaos.
You know, it's one thing to get banned from a club, but now he's actually banned from a country. This is pretty rough for him.
Number 10, Deadline World Tour, Blackpink. The Deadline World Tour from Blackpink is ongoing at the time of this writing, with an overall reception that's been somewhat mixed.
Are you not entertained? I ain't gotta explain. I'm with all of my sisters, got them going insane.
It basically all depends upon the source, since some critics and fans have praised this first stadium-only tour from the group as something of a success, given its sprawling scale. Still, others have pointed out deficiencies with regards to the sections of the show that allow for solo performances from Blackpink's membership. And unfortunately, member Jennie has been back in the spotlight for the wrong reasons.
Get out of my way. Bobby got chucky got 되기 전에 name shame blame trying to bust my bubble. 터트려봐 그럼 더 큰 노래에서만 하는 거야 Jennie.
Several years ago, she was first accused of displaying minimal effort on stage, a criticism that has resurfaced during the Deadline tour, with some fans unimpressed by her performance in group numbers, while others defend her, citing past health issues and technical difficulties. Number 9, This Is Me Now Tour, Jennifer Lopez.
It's not like anybody's clamoring for the next J-Lo record. You know what I mean? And I know that there's some people around me who are like, this is stupid. Why is she doing this? She doesn't need to do this. And they're right. I don't need to do any of it.
Never underestimate how little the public cares about Bennifer 2.0. Jennifer Lopez didn't only structure her 9th album, This Is Me Now, about her rekindled relationship with Ben Affleck. She also dared to release a musical film documenting her life, love, and career. All of this was set to culminate with a world tour in 2024, one that eventually had to be canceled.
I decided to take the summer off and be home with the kids, and it was the best thing I think I've ever done. It's not like me to do that, and I always, when it comes up, I would like to apologize to the fans.
Some sources, such as Variety, claimed that this cancellation was due to low ticket sales. This resulted in Lopez rebranding the tour as a greatest hits set, but this too was canceled on May 31st, 2024. This wasn't the only comeback tour canceled that year either, since the Black Keys also called off their International Players Tour.
Did you lose your way as a band? Get into that.
No, I mean, I
wrong?
think that's just a reference to, it's doing what we do, the way that we do it.
Number 8, On the Road Again Tour, One Direction.
If it's your first time at a One Direction show, you may see some fireworks, which is always nice.
All good things must come to an end, and 2015 marked the final time that One Direction would go out on a stadium tour. The On the Road Again tour wasn't disastrous from a financial perspective, since it went on to earn a second-place spot for most lucrative tour, right behind Taylor Swift and her 1989 world tour.
Shake It Off makes you dance.
Oh, that's controversial.
Yeah.
He shakes off his clothes.
Yeah, really good. And then they all fall down. No.
Are you listening to Shake It Off too?
Yeah, it's a great song.
Sadly, this was also the jaunt that saw Zayn Malik leave the band only 2 months into performing, leaving the rest of One Direction to soldier on as a quartet. Malik cited multiple sources for this decision, including exhaustion, and the performer would go on to start a solo career shortly after leaving the tour.
I was always just writing anyway, even when I was in the band. It wasn't something that I, had to think about and process that information. I just always knew anyway.
Number 7, Forget Tomorrow World Tour, Justin Timberlake.
All we need is one moment or two. I've been taking my time, and it's all about timing.
Never forget that you too will get old. Yes, even you. The undefeated father time comes for us all, including Justin Timberlake, who apparently wasn't cool enough to come across as recognizable to the arresting officer in his 2024 DUI case.
Many of you have probably been covering me for a lot of my life. And as you may know, I try to hold myself to a very high standard for myself. And this was not that.
This resulted in Timberlake's Ruin the Tour meme, although if we're being honest, JT's Forget Tomorrow World Tour did receive more than its fair share of critical accolades. Consider this one as a tour that became internet famous for a bad reason, but which eventually came out the other side unscathed.
I know you just added 10 shows, right?
We're adding 10 shows, yeah.
Congrats, dude. JustinTimberlake.com, you're adding shows, dude. It's crazy.
Number 6. Pink Friday 2 Tour, Nicki Minaj.
Beat, is that bleep? Is that you talking to me? Is that deep?
This one just goes to show that even world tours that are financially successful can still retain their fair share of problems. None of these issues seemed to dwell within either the performances or stage setups for Nicki Minaj's Pink Friday 2 tour, thankfully, but rather some international snafus that led to delays and cancellations.
It's just really disappointing. We've got our hopes up, spent the money, and then we get told at the very last minute that she's not going to show up.
The July 6th show in Dublin, Ireland was cut to only a 40-minute set, which led to some angry fans. A show in Bucharest, Romania was cancelled the following day thanks to local protest activity in the area. Minaj was also detained in the Netherlands on suspicion of marijuana possession, resulting in the cancellation of a June 2nd performance.
Can you please stop filming? Please just step in the car for us.
No, I need a lawyer, because I don't know where I'm going.
You will get a lawyer at the office. You can contact the lawyer, but if you just step in the car, then it will go as fast as possible.
Number 5. Lifetime's Tour, Katy Perry.
Okay, so what goes on here?
I hold on for dear life, and I just let them. That's all they do.
There's been a lot of good-natured, and let's face it, not so good-natured ribbing surrounding Katy Perry's ongoing Lifetime's tour in 2025. Reactions were mixed to negative with regards to the visual aesthetic and dance choreography, although Perry did find some defenders who compared the Lifetime's tour to a spectacle directed more towards children than the singer's adult fans.
In this video game show, there are levels and there are goals, and I have to collect hearts in order to use that to power up to defeat the mainframe, the evil forces.
Perry also incorporated a Choose Your Own Adventure segment whereby fans could choose which surprise song they could hear on any given night. Then again, there were also those memeable moments as well, such as the San Francisco date where Perry's floating butterfly almost sent her careening into the crowd. Number 4. History Tour, Michael Jackson. We as fans don't always desire to dwell upon the more depressing aspects of our favorite artists' careers. Michael Jackson's History Tour from 1996 was the King of Pop's final world tour, although this wasn't necessarily a foregone conclusion at the time. Today, though, the History Tour is largely seen as an omen of the end, a foreboding tour that saw Jackson utilize more playback than ever before on stage. Granted, MJ's dancing could still be relied upon to thrill an audience, but this lack of musicality, combined with rumors of Jackson's declining health, has made the History Tour feel less like a celebration and more like a bummer. Number 3. Purpose Tour, Justin Bieber.
So now you finished this tour and you've been on for what, like a year, something like that?
Over 100 shows, yeah.
Crazy.
Yes.
And now you're not done. You're going on an Australian leg of the tour.
Yeah.
And then now you have another announcement that you're.
Yeah, I'm doing stadiums in the United States.
He's starting a stadium tour.
The entirety of this third full tour from Justin Bieber never had a chance to get put on the books. The singer's struggles with his mental health resulted in the final 14 shows being canceled.
He spoke to the importance of being sustainable, wanting to lead a long career, and perhaps even more important, maintaining a healthy mind, heart, and soul.
Some critics did praise how Bieber sang live and played multiple instruments during these shows, although others commented more upon how Bieber's facial expressions and body language seemed to denote feelings of listlessness or boredom. Bieber was also banned from the entire country of China thanks to bad behavior, a ban that's still active at the time of this writing.
The
Bureau doesn't, go into specifics about what happened, but if you guys do recall, back in 2013, Justin Bieber and a bunch of his friends actually went to the Great Wall of China to visit, and his friends actually carried him up the Great Wall of China emperor style. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Number 2, the Fake Fleetwood Mac tour. Fleetwood Mac. Not really.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
We honestly don't have enough time here to properly delve into the messy minutia of Fleetwood Mac's complicated lineup history. Fans are probably aware of the band's blues roots, as well as the various romances that fractured the Buckingham Nicks iteration. Did you ever hear the one about the fake Fleetwood Mac, though? The one that toured to support 1974's Heroes Are Hard to Find LP?
Wasn't a bad band, to tell you the truth. I mean, we actually performed those old Fleetwood Mac numbers quite well. It's just, none of the original Fleetwood Mac were there.
The band's former manager, Clifford Davis, organized a group that he advertised as Fleetwood Mac, one that featured ex-members of the British prog act Curved Air. Davis insisted that this was within his rights as well, claiming that he owned the name Fleetwood Mac and that Mick Fleetwood was aware of the ruse.
The fake band changed their name to Stretch and went on to have a hit single. The real Fleetwood Mac eventually secured the rights to their name. But the whole episode prompted an important move for the quartet.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Eusexua Tour, FKA Twigs, cancelled shows, visa issues, and set problems, oh my.
Behind the scenes, practically, it has been challenging with production and just, the more practical sides of putting this tour together.
Worldwide Texas Tour, ZZ Top, the chaos of bringing live animals and cacti on the road with a rock band.
It was like a rodeo, a circus, and a rock show all wrapped into one.
The Milli Vanilli incident.
People that were being cued from the emulator started repeating. It was like,
Guns N' Roses / Metallica Stadium Tour. Guns N' Roses and Metallica. Fiery tempers and actual fire burning up what could have been a great idea.
Pete said something into the mic and just threw it down and walked off stage. Axl didn't want to be outdone. And that's when all hell broke loose.
So the kids start freaking, turning over cop cars.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the American Tour, the Beatles. It speaks to the enduring interest and passion of Beatles fans that the Fab Four were able to emerge from the other side of 2 back-to-back tours unscathed by some incendiary controversy.
When we say anything like that, we don't say it as older people seem to think to be offensive. We mean it helpfully, and if it's wrong what we say, okay, it's wrong, and people can say, you're wrong about that one. But in many cases, we believe it's right, we're quite serious about it.
The Beatles retired from large-scale touring after their 1966 dates that saw them tackle Germany, Japan, and the Philippines prior to hitting the United States. This latter jaunt saw the Beatles receive localized death threats as a result of John Lennon's controversial bigger-than-Jesus statements.
When I was talking about it, it was very close and intimate with this person that I know who happens to be a reporter. I was using expressions on things that I just read and derived about Christianity, only I was saying it in the simplest form that I know, which is the natural way I talk.
The truth was that the Beatles were outgrowing their teeny bopper status and becoming something new, a studio project that was far more interested in crafting quality records than performing in front of screaming fans.
You hear these kind of anecdotes that you just couldn't hear what you were playing.
Live?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, then we're just sort of keeping the beat together, but I'd have to watch those 3 in the front, because if I couldn't hear them, but if they went, I'd know it's that part.
What's the craziest concert you've ever seen? Let us know in the comments.
It reminded me of what it must have looked like when Rome burned and Nero played a fiddle.